I've had it up to here with people, loosely throwing around this fucking word racist. Do you know what a racist really is? I've said this on more than one occasions. I've talked about this. What a racist really is? A racist? He treated you like a slave? It can't play for no racist man? Sarkisian should have come out and blasted this kid. He sounds almost apologetic, which is why I'm upset with Sarkisian and his response. So tired, especially of these black athletes and black people overall, so easily applying the word racist to any one of a number of white people. That shit might fly. The introspection might be gleaned by other people doing similar to what I do here in terms of doing talk shows. That shit doesn't fly here. It never has and it never will. I am so tired of it. It's so easy. It's like drinking water. A black person gets upset, the white person's a racist. Fuck you. Take this shit from these people. Go fuck yourself. Piece of shit. Steve Sarkisian's a racist. Is he a Mormon? He's not a Mormon. Okay. I didn't think he was. If I'm Sarkisian, and he just started his administration there. All right, here's a guy who just walked into the job at USA. And he's got to deal with this shit, and this is obviously due to the whole the Josh Shaw thing. Got to be. Due to the Josh, there's got to be a connection here. He's been sidelined, this running back, Anthony Brown's been sidelined. Most of training camp with a hyperextended elbow, was listed as the 6th running back on the depth chart after switching over from cornerback earlier this month. Anthony decided not to play football anymore, Sarkisian said. We obviously tried to encourage him not to quit. We thought he could be an asset on our team, especially when he's healthy. We really tried to make it a point to accommodate the position change he wanted. He wanted to move to running back, and we did so. Oh, so the kid wanted to move to running back. They moved him to running back, and to show how much he appreciates that, on his way out, he's blasting Steve Sarkisian, not saying that he's just not a coach he can't play for. He disagrees with his philosophies and all that other stuff that he could say. No, he's got to say he's a racist. Can't play for no racist, man. You clueless piece of shit. Can't play for a racist. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Coming up on SportsCenter tonight. Da-da-da-da. Steve Sarkisian. He's been called a racist by one of his ex-players, Anthony Brown. Holly Saunders is on location out in Los Angeles. Holly, tell us what you know about this. And now the question is Steve Sarkisian really a racist? What did he say? How did he say it? What did he do? Did he do it? Boy, I'm sick of I'm just sick of everything that happens along these lines and in this area. You should be sick of it too. I know a lot of you are. I know a lot of you wish you could just scream at someone. You take out your hostilities and your aggressions on someone, and it becomes too much. It's like the Ferguson thing, It's like you get the Trayvon Martin thing down in South Florida a couple of years ago. Right, and then you get the Ferguson thing coming up here, and these are what? These are benchmarks for people to go crazy, and all of a sudden it's open season on white people, and intentions, and Sarkisian's now a racist. This is coming on the heels of the Ferguson thing, where that thug, that criminal, that piece of shit is dead, and the world is a better place for it. Believe me, I don't apologize, not for a second, not for a second. How is the Los Angeles Times handling this story? You know who we need on this story? Mike Wise from the Washington Post. Get him to weigh in on this from 3,000 miles across the country. In Washington somewhere. I'm just, I have no tolerance. You want to talk about the word tolerance? You want the word tolerance on my show? I'll tell you, I've had enough. I don't have any more tolerance for this crap. It's so easily thrown about, the word racist. You know, it's just so easily thrown about, so easily applied, so easily attached. I don't see anything. Wait a minute. Hold on. He's such a racist. Sarkisian is such a racist, big country, that I'm reading on the LA Times website right now. Steve Sarkisian says Josh Shaw could potentially return to the team. He's such a fucking racist. He's going to let this lying scumbag who was involved in who knows what back on the team. And do you know I see nothing on the LA Times website which is talking about this Anthony Brown? Nothing. How does that go?
I see on here a quote from Matt Leinart saying that Sark is a great coach and he's the furthest thing from a racist.
But this is what pisses me off. Now you got to have people like Matt Leinart come to the defense of a man who, in some people's minds now, they're thinking, especially a lot of black people, of course, who are jaded to begin with, is he a racist? Hey, he might be a racist. Here's a guy just starting his administration off in Los Angeles at USC. Never before in his life has anything resembling racism or bigotry or anything like that been attached to his name. Anywhere, anytime, anyplace. And now he's under a specter of a big question mark here in a lot of people's minds. And you got to have people now coming to his defense. How pathetic is this? Guy was a cornerback, wanted to play running back. They acquiesced to his request, and this is the way he. Listen, good. You know what? For Sarkisian, my message to him is get these players out of your program as quickly as possible. These cancers. I'd love to know this kid's background, by the way. This Anthony Brown. I'd love to know his background. Are you saying I'm being too hard on Anthony Brown? No, I'm not. I'm not being hard enough on Anthony Brown. This kid deserves to be flogged. This kid deserves to be embarrassed. This kid deserves to be scorned. Racist. You get black players, you get the black community constantly with this white person's a racist, this coach is a racist, this broadcaster's a racist, this writer's a racist, this guy I work for, he's a racist, she's a racist, he's a racist. How many times do you hear black people in the news being accused of being racists themselves by white people? Let me ask you that. What is this? Racism is a one-way street? What, white people have the franchise on racism? Is that what you're going to tell me? Man. Couldn't play. I'm looking at the Instagram post right now. Couldn't play for a racist man. 4 exclamation points. Sark treated me like a slave in his office. Really? Like a slave? I mean, listen, look at the words he's using. This pathetic pissant. And Sarkisian's got to respond to this. And he responds to it in what I consider to be one of the weakest ways possible, almost in an apologetic form. He should blast this kid. He should blast this kid, is what he should do. Should blast him. How about this? How about this? You know who the racist is in this situation? How about Anthony Brown is the racist instead of Steve Sarkisian? How about he's the racist? The kid is the racist. Treated him like what is this? Treated him like a slave. Denied him food, kept him chained to a chair, whipped him with a whip. Man, tell you what, you know what? This kid he's a leftover, isn't he, from the Kiffin era? Okay, enough said. Enough said. Enough said. Sarkisian, you should say, you know something. Without saying this piece of shit, you should say this piece of shit. We're better off for him out the door. If I were Sarkisian, I wouldn't have gone into everybody who knows me. I would have said, I am not even going to dignify with any comment the accusation that's been leveled at me. And then I'd go on to say, I'll just say this. We're a better football program without the characterless kinds of individuals like Anthony Brown. End of story. I'm not talking about it again. I guess when you run Donald Sterling up the flagpole and the United States judicial system, along with the NBA, can steal a franchise, a unique personal piece of property from someone in this day and age, the way that they went about shamelessly and pathetically doing that, I guess, it's open season on Whitey, isn't it? Open season. Man, slaves. Yeah, we're all slaves.
Sarkisian I'm looking at here is half Iranian. Dad's straight out of Iran.
Is that right?
For one. Yeah, and mom is Irish-American.
Yeah, he's a racist.
And there's a thing on Wikipedia even it's kind of ironic here. It says Sarkisian's known for his running backs. He's had 7 straight 1,000-yard rushers.
One of the stupidest, most idiotic, illogical things that, you say, you criticize some coaches for saying that their players can't be allowed to use Twitter. This is a prime example of what coaches are talking about. He's a leftover from the Lane Kiffin era, so, it's, okay. It explains a lot. Pathetic. Appalling. In other words that I haven't entered into my mind at this point right now. Man. It's going to do it for a Thursday show. We'll come back tomorrow, Lord willing, and do it all over again. Email the show at any time, any place, anywhere. It is Dino at the Dino Costa Show, Dino at the Dino Costa Show. And I want to thank Big Country Cody Tucker, another great job in the producer's chair inside the control room. Also to Kimo Sabe and his terrific work as he continues his contributions from the TP out in Arizona, doing a great job for us. And we always appreciate what the Kimo Sabe man is doing. And Mr. Joshua. I thank you for showing up today again. Good job. Good job. Oh, it is a radical departure from the status quo. It is the Dino Costa Show. I can't thank you enough. It was my pleasure to bring you the show here today. You have just concluded listening to and or watching a Thursday, August the 28th, 2014 edition rendition, an episode of the worldwide, world-famous, nothing like it anywhere, Dino Costa Show on the place in the channel that we call DinoCostaShow.com. Audio, video archives up soon. Have a great night. College football all night. You going to be watching it with me? Catch you on Twitter soon. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.